If you have at least 1 year of experience running ads, you'll relate to this. So, you get ads budget and you're ready to scale. And so you launch the ads. And by week one, management is already asking, where are my SQLs? Why aren't we seeing pipeline? But that's okay. You were expecting that. So you calm them down. By week two, they're now sending you posts from LinkedIn influencers claiming that they've cracked ads. Fine. By week three, there are meetings on your calendar now that you're being questioned like it's all your fault. Are you targeting the wrong people? Are we using messaging that, this is not resonating? Are we not A B testing yet? And then by week four, your ad budget gets completely slashed. The ad channel that you worked hard, you created is now labeled as too expensive or not scalable. And just like that, all your work gets written off as a failed experiment. Now, it may have felt at the time very, very unfair, but the truth is, it really is your fault. And not because ads didn't work, but because you never set the right expectations. You didn't create projections. You didn't define what success looks like, or how long will it take to see results, or how much do you need to actually spend to get there. But you don't have to make this mistake again. Most ad budgets don't get cut because of poor performance. They get cut because of poor projections. And you can fix all of that with just a really solid system. So let me walk you through it. Step one, you start with top down projections. You figure out what is needed to hit your revenue goals, not what your leadership tells you. If your leadership says, hey, we need 100 SQLs, well, that's great, but and they might have said that, hey, we need them at X cost. Again, that's great. But how did they end up with those numbers? Is it just some random industry benchmark? Is it even possible with your budget? Is it just a number they saw in the previous company, which is very different from this one? So just start as close to revenue targets and calculate yourself what is really needed. And if you don't have access to revenue targets at your company, start with pipeline. If you don't have access to pipeline targets, start with whatever you have and then calculate down. And then move to step two, building bottom up projections. So, with step one, you have your dream target numbers, what is needed. But now let's flip the script and see what is actually achievable. So, to do that, build the audiences, finish the keyword research, get estimates from tools on cost per clicks and reach and search volume, and then use your experience to estimate all the other data points like conversion rates and lead quality. Then, using all this data, project what is possible. Very often, there's going to be a huge gap between what you need and what is possible. In fact, there's just always a gap. So if you start your ads in this state, even if you do your absolute best work and your ads start delivering results to the best of their potential, the ad channels may still be labeled as a failure, which is what step three will help you solve. Now you need to start reworking the numbers in both top down and bottom up till they match, because your top down numbers say what is needed and your bottom up numbers say what is actually possible. So you sort of need to go from like top to bottom, like look at top, look at bottom, keep tweaking and see if you can meet somewhere where they align. So this might mean changing the goals, adjusting the goals if they were unrealistic, maybe optimizing all your funnel stages to see if you can improve lead to revenue rates, or maybe just completely changing your ad strategy, right? So you go in circles between these two projections until they align. Now, once they align, you run your ads. But you're not done yet. There's one step left. Because in all honesty, that first projections that you made, like in step three, they still probably wrong. They're off, right? And that's normal because you cannot really trust data points from tools like SEMrush or Google Keyword Planner or LinkedIn Campaign Managers. All the data points that they have, they're estimates and they're very off. And even if let's say a cost per click is off by is $2 instead of four, well, now your projections are like 50% off. That's a lot. So once you've run your ads for at least 2 weeks, you'll get actual performance data. So for step four, rebuild your projections with real numbers. Were your estimated cost per clicks too low? Or was the CTR just much higher? Or was the quality of conversions much worse than you expected? So, whatever these changes be, incorporate that in your projections. And before you ever get to step four, make sure much earlier, maybe in step one, during step two, during step three, before you ever get here, management knows that step four is coming and step three is not going to be reliable. Now, once you have enough data, you will not have to make any of these guesses for any of the existing campaigns. That is, your projections will closely align with reality. And that's where you go from guessing to predictable scaling. Because creating accurate ad projection is not just guessing stuff up, it's about following a foolproof process that removes unnecessary guesswork. And all of this sounds complicated, and it is complex. So to make it stupidly easy for you, what we've done is we've put this entire system into a template that you can just create projections using. So you can grab it for free using the link below. You will also get an access to an entire guide that has screenshots of the templates, tell you how to use the templates. It breaks down what our ad projections sort of look like from start to bottom, both for things like Google Ads demand capture and for things like LinkedIn ads like demand gen. It also covers everything you need to know from top to bottom, about both top to bottom and bottom up approaches. It also has everything, like basically everything you'll need to create projections. And remember, if you ever want my team Spear Growth to just manage ads for you, we're always available to discuss that over a 30-minute ad call, like ad strategy call. So if that interests you, speak with us. If not, definitely use the template. It's going to be just a lifesaver.